Well, a very good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Candy Talk Touch after, of course, a short break, but here we are ready to get going once again. Welcome to Kenya's most comprehensive political and public governance analysis show, where we actually look at everything that is taking place in this country and across the borders, analyze them, and bring you up to date with of course, comprehensive analysis of the same and the kind of impact that the government decisions and policies in this country definitely has on your life. This fine morning, I'm here with my resident guest, Wakili Willis Otieno. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome to this show. The last time we had a conversation here with you was on the possibility of an impeachment against the Deputy President, of course, Rigathi Gachagua. And back then you told me that Kenyans don't care. But at that time we were just talking, seemingly these people are serious, and at this particular moment, of course, the members of parliament are going around collecting signatures, and there is even a proposal to table the motion. We are expecting that in case nothing changes so far, we expect that motion to be tabled in parliament. Now I want us to get to the legal gritties of this particular adventure here, leave alone the political aspect of it. How easy or difficult do you think it is to impeach a deputy president in the country?
Start by saying the people of Sori normally say, a turn in our is removed together with the trouser at once. So Gachagua being impeached, he should be impeached together with William Ruto.
Okay.
They go together.
That is also a question that we must actually talk about as well.
On the legal process, once you have 117 members supporting the motion,
yes,
it will be tabled. Then you will need to take a vote of 233 members of the National Assembly to vote in support of the motion. Then the matter is referred to the Senate, and the senators will sit down to consider the grounds. And Gachagua will be required to attend before the Senate to answer to the charges.
Okay.
And the evidence against him shall be laid. Then the Senate will take a vote, again 2/3 of the senators present, by county delegation, not the 67, but 47 senators. Take a vote and decide whether he stands impeached or not. But when I told you Kenyans don't care, we do not care. That is Kenya Kwanza's fight. The cause of Kenyans' pain is Kenya Kwanza, led by Ruto and Gachagua. We are not in that space. If they are eating each other, let them eat each other. Let them do all that they want to do to Gachagua. He is one of their own.
Okay.
We don't care. But look at the grounds that have been proposed so far.
Yes.
Those grounds, what has Ruto not done, even worse than what Gachagua is accused of in terms of the grounds. So the grounds of impeachment that they have proposed, at least that have been shared in public, they will equally apply to William Ruto.
Okay.
And you can even add more. William Ruto has superintended overtaking illegal debts.
And that's actually why I was coming to this question, because we are having a situation whereby the deputy president is at the receiving end at this particular moment, and all these MPs actually want him out, as at least from the president's side. Of course, we don't want to get into what is actually taking place between the president and the deputy president and all that. But then a section of people believe that these people, all of them, should go. What do you believe in?
Of course, as I said, a turn in our is removed at the same time as the trouser.
Okay.
William Ruto is equally as guilty, if not more, than Gachagua. They are all guilty of mismanaging this country. The two of them have sat in cabinet where they've passed resolutions to take illegal debts in the name of the people of Kenya. Debts which are taken in our names, and the money does not come into Kenya. Debts which are taken, and there is no project it is financing. All that the Kenyan people get is the obligation to pay for that debt. Number two, William Ruto has superintended over the killing of 60 Kenyans plus, the abductions and forced disappearances of many Kenyans. He is the chief executive of the country. He is responsible. William Ruto has overseen a brutal, repressive regime that does not recognize our constitution or respect it. The right to peaceably unarmed to demonstrate. He's deployed officers in balaclavas to shoot at peaceful demonstrators. So, if there's anybody to be taken out of office, the first is William Ruto. Then Gachagua becomes Ugali Sosa. But if they want to serve as the Ugali Sosa first, we love it. But the problem is William Ruto. You cannot divorce William Ruto from Rigathi Gachagua. They are Siamese twins. They are conjoined in the hip. The problems of this country at the present day are represented by the face of William Ruto, not Rigathi Gachagua. And I'm not saying Rigathi Gachagua should be spared. He should also go. William Ruto should go. The entire cabinet should go. And Kenyans need to have a reset moment where we come up with a leadership that is responsive to the wishes and the will of the people of Kenya, that governs in accordance with our constitution, which Kenya Kwanza is unable to and will never do. They will never govern this country in accordance with our constitution, however long you give them to stay in office. And the people of Kenya have moved from them. We are not in their space.
Okay.
They are not in our space. They are only occupying offices, but they are not serving the interest of the people of Kenya. We do not care. And Gachagua should be impeached as soon as yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And then William Ruto's impeachment to follow as soon as yesterday.
Legally speaking, do you think that the grounds for which the members of parliament want the deputy president impeached meet the threshold for such kind of an action?
Of course, it's misconduct on his part. But when you say Rigathi Gachagua spoke about shareholders as a ground, he showed division. So he misspoke it. Go to William Ruto, CEO of Kenya Power, from his tribe. CEO of Kenya Ports, from his tribe. CEO of EPRA, from his tribe. CEO of National Sales Board, from his tribe. CEO of KEMSA, CEO of... I mean, you can go through the entire list. If it comes to appointments based on tribes, William Ruto even gave his members of parliament TSC appointment letters to work within the villages, funerals, to distribute to his people, so-called people. So, he's the bigger tribalist compared to Gachagua. Okay. Gachagua just said it's Msiguze Mrima, but him is practicing it. So on that ground, Gachagua out, Ruto out.
So you agree with the...
Aura for aura.
You agree with the member of parliament who suggested that actually the motion should be redrafted or rather amended to read that both the president and the deputy president should go?
Yes. That is the only thing that these Kenyan people need.
Okay.
Kenyans are in the space of Ruto must go. Ruto representing William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. They are the presidency. And we impeached them on the 25th of June, 2024. That is when we cross the Rubicon. There is nothing they will ever do. And you know, one thing you must understand is this. On the 25th of June, William Ruto was impeached. He dissolved his cabinet as part of a quest to get legitimacy. He didn't get it. He looked for Raila Odinga to form his so-called broad-based government, looking for legitimacy. He has not gotten it. He is now trying to impeach Gachagua, just as part of a quest to gain legitimacy. He will not get it. Legitimacy of the political administration of Kenya will only come when the people on their own go back to an election and donate back their sovereignty. I've always told you, we are now in the space where we are exercising our sovereignty directly. William Ruto and his cabral does not represent the wishes of the people of Kenya, and they shall not. Okay,
I want to get your views on the so-called co-presidency here, because there are certain people who view the deputy president as seeing this as some sort of a co-presidency. It has also been argued outside here whether the deputy president was actually selected or elected. He says that he was down the ballot and was elected by the people, and therefore he draws his mandate directly from the people. We are here as a country, and this is not the first kind of regime that we are having, and neither will it be the last one. For future generations and all this, how then do we kind of curb all these problems? How then do we differentiate between who is the president, who is the deputy president? Is it a co-presidency? Is it a selection, or all this? From your legal point of view, what do you make of all these statements
if you look at the ballot paper, and if you look at our constitution, the president and the deputy are a pair. They come as a pair. Ruto cannot be elected without a deputy. So yes, he's elected by the people. He is not appointed. We used to have the appointed deputy president, vice president, in the old constitution. Now it is elected by the people. It must be on the ballot. That's why the name and the picture of the running mate is on the ballot. How do we get out of this problem? We get out of this problem by getting William Ruto out of office and Rigathi Gachagua and electing Jimmy Wanjigi and Willis Otieno. You need to understand that when you're electing a leader, you must understand if the two of them, what is the ideology that joins them together? What is it that connects them? If William Ruto and Gachagua were joined together by greed, of course they are going to fight while in office. But if Jimmy or Willie are joined together by the desire to serve, an ideological underpinning that is informed by the need to change the economic situation of the people of Kenya and the economic model by which this country runs, then you'll get a perfect match.
But at least they were working on the same template.
But the template was
as
greed.
in
They're getting to office to acquire money, to accumulate. So obviously when it's greed,
so do you think that has changed midway?
of course they're fighting over greed, over loot. That fight has nothing to do with the people of Kenya. Did you hear Rigathi Gachagua condemn the Finance Act? Have you ever heard him condemning the killings of Gen Z? Have you ever heard him condemning the abductions? Have you ever heard him condemning the illegal debts? So, on the issue that the people of Kenya care about, Rigathi Gachagua has never spoken. He's only been defending the regime. So what they disagreed on is how to share the loot, because they're part of it.
Okay.
They're the ones who are taking illegal debts. He's never complained about it. He has no problem with it. Me, I'm saying we should not ever take debts illegally. We should only take borrowing and apply it to project finance. Rigathi Gachagua has never said that. So why do you want to waste time with him and think that there's something fundamental between him and Ruto that has caused this schism? No. They are on the question of causing pain to the people of Kenya. They are united. They are only divided when it comes on how to share the loot. And that's why I say we do not care. If anybody cares, it's okay. It's his right to care for how the loot is to be shared. But the bulk of the people of Kenya do not care. That is where we are.
There are people also who believe outside here that these tactics are diversionary. But then there are certain people who also believe that Kenya has a bigger problems than the deputy president, and therefore maybe we should focus on solving those other problems as opposed to focusing on the deputy president's impeachment. Does the fact that the country has problems actually stop the parliament from undertaking its mandate?
We are seeing parliament, that parliament they're talking about has been impeached itself. The speaker of the Kenyan parliament is that young man who stood up to say, Mr. Speaker, sir, I am here to address you. We don't have faith in this parliament. And no one looks forward to parliament. Look at the kind of things they discuss. We don't care. They don't represent us anymore. They represent William Ruto and his thievery. So they can do what they want. They can eat Rigathi Gachagua for breakfast. We'll have a very good sleep at night. We will not miss a beat because Rigathi has been eaten by parliamentarians. We don't care about them. That is the space where Kenyans are. As we are focused on a new Kenya, a future Kenya, that represents the true will of the people of Kenya. That people who are in office are there to serve, not to accumulate for themselves. These young people are unemployed, but are qualified. Do you think they care about one man losing his job because of parliamentarians?
Okay.
They don't care. This young girl who is unemployed has gone to university, gotten his qualification, but is now going to sleep hungry or forced to grab a boda to become a boda rider. Do you think he cares about Kimani Chungwa? They don't. Then they are focused on improving their lot. They want a leadership that improves their life.
Okay.
That is where Kenyans are. So Kenya Kwanza can even burn down that house. Kenyans already burned parliament. Literally. So we don't care about them. We are just waiting for the day of destiny when we'll have a leadership that truly represents the true wish of the people of Kenya. Okay. Not this failed regime and its failed policies. These ones have been cancelled. Kenyans are woke. They can give handouts wherever they go, but no one cares. In fact, people will attend those rallies to laugh at them. It's more of a mockery. But we don't recognize them as representing the true wish of the people of Kenya. Be it Azimio, be it Kenya Kwanza. They are all the same. And the next election, I promise you, it will be the true Fagia Wote. They will all be swept away. They will be swept away to the deserts of Namib. They will be swept away into the Indian Ocean to go and live with Mazinga Umbwe into the ocean. They don't represent the true wish of the people of Kenya. We will have a leadership that is responsive to our needs, that addresses our economic challenges. It is the economy, stupid.
True as that may be, of course, true as that is, don't you then think that parliamentarians should just go ahead and do their mandate?
They can go ahead and do their mandate.
So is it fair as a country to question whether they should actually focus on the impeachment of the deputy president as opposed to the other mandates that they are supposed to be doing?
But the reason why they are impeaching Gachagua, I've told you, William Ruto has committed worse. If it was a question of doing their mandate, start with William Ruto and add Rigathi Gachagua as a source. If it was genuine. So I'm telling you it's not genuine. That's why Kenyans don't care.
So are you convinced about their oversight role? Because they are saying that they are doing their work.
Yes, if it's oversight over the deputy president, the things that they've accused him of doing, William Ruto has done worse. So start from William Ruto to us to gauge your genuineness. Okay. But if you ignore William Ruto, it's like saying you are witnessing an armed robber. You don't want to apprehend the armed robber. You are more concerned with the pickpocket. No. If it's a question of fighting insecurity, you can apprehend the armed robber and also apprehend the pickpocket. Because the one causing the most damage is the armed robber, not the pickpocket, who maybe just picked a pocket that has nothing. That is Gachagua. Go for the robber. Go for the person who is superintending over the most pain in the people of Kenya. So William Ruto, not Gachagua, if you are truly exercising your oversight mandate.
If at all this impeachment thing sails through, don't you then think that it would be a defining moment and a moment for change for us as a country?
There will be no change.
There
is no change. There is no defining moment. Kenyans don't care about Rigathi Gachagua. So don't even try to make it a momentous occasion. No. We don't care. Gachagua will be impeached and the next day our problems will all be there.
Okay.
They will not go away. You think now youth should be employed because Gachagua has been impeached? Do you think the economy will stabilize because Gachagua has been impeached? Do you think the odious debt will be repaid, returned because Gachagua has been impeached? The high priest of all this bad governance is still sitting on the table. So
if that is the case, if all these problems will not be solved because Gachagua has been impeached, if at all that sails through, then why would you support his impeachment alongside the impeachment of the president?
A ton in our hair is removed together with the trouser.
So we start from the fact that
so if you remove the ton in our hair, it's torn. Even the trouser itself is torn. So remove both of them.
Okay.
You will still not have dignity walking with the torn trouser. So all of them to go.
So we need a total change.
Yes,
a total overhaul
anything that is attempts to remove Gachagua without touching William Ruto is a sham. And I cannot be in a discussion of that sham. And the Kenyan people are not in that discussion. No one cares, Okiji. I keep telling you. Kenyans don't care about Gachagua and Ruto. Kenyans care about their failed economic system. Kenyans care about their joblessness, about their anger, the lack of opportunities, the odious debt, the failed education system, the collapsing health sector. That is what Kenyans care about. So draw for us a corresponding table. How removing Gachagua will lead to employment for our youth, will lead to improved economic situation in the country. It will not. And Kenyans have defined the problem in the next election. It's the economy. Nothing else. It's not personality. And this economic pain, it transcends tribe. It affects all Kenyans wherever they are. Be it Mtaita, be it Teso, be it Kisii, be it Meru, be it Rendile, be it Kamba. All of us feel the economic pain, regardless of tribe, regardless of who you voted for. So we are focused on leadership that addresses the economic problem, not these taka-taka games that we are witnessing here. We don't care about it, okay?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if at all you don't know Wakili for the first time, then definitely you know that he is the deputy party leader of Sabina party and the potential deputy president, because he is saying that come 2027, he'll be on the ballot. What now I wonder is, Wakili, if you find yourself in the same situation that the current deputy president finds himself in, how then would you solve that? Remember that the same question was posted to the deputy president during the deputy presidential debate back then, and he said, langu itakuwa tuni, yes sir, but then we are seeing things different right now. How would you manage this?
If Jimmy and I are joined together on the ideology, the economic liberation of this nation. If we disagree on liberating the people on the economy, then it means we've had a fundamental ideological difference. Then I will leave, or he will leave, because then the two of us cannot. The ideology. But how will we even disagree in the first place? Because it's not personal. He's not looking for personal gratification. I'm not looking for personal gratification. It's about liberating the people of Kenya economically. So we can never have that kind of a disagreement.
Okay.
But if I was to change and become a greedy person, then I've lost the plot. I resign. Because what drives us in our politics is not about personal greed. It's about economic emancipation. Why should we disagree on that? Why should I have a problem if our young people are getting jobs? Why should I have a problem if we are coming up with policies that stabilize the economy, that our health sector is working, that JSS teachers are being employed, our kids are getting quality education. We are coming with a curriculum that responds to the African need and the African child's future. We can't disagree.
Okay.
If we disagree with ideology, I mean, people will all see. On the quest, we are all agreed to just be on the style of delivery. So we can't have this kind of shenanigans.
So you're saying we're here because of a marriage of convenience?
Because they were all joined by the ideology of greed. It was inevitable. And I told you it was going to happen. It has happened.
Well, let's wait and see. So far, I hear the other side saying that the marriage is irreparable. Let's wait and see if that's the case and where this actually leads us and the country. But as you are saying here, that Kenyans do not care. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it from the Candid Talk. You can weigh in on this conversation and tell us whether you actually think that the president should actually go with his deputy president in case this motion sails through. That is what Wakili says here. Stay tuned to some of our programs that will be coming up next. But from my table here, thank you for watching, thank you for being part of this family, and thank you for supporting us till we have this conversation again. Have yourself a lovely day. My name is Evans Okinyi.